a scenario where, yeah, you were in a position to win it, you failed, and now this is a third map. You still have to play a brand new level of Counter-Strike.
You really have to be hard going into the knife round first here to determine the side, and I think the city side is where you want to be at here in the third map. So, final map here, this is essentially now a best of one to determine who makes it to the playoffs and who doesn't here in our first best of three. Been a long affair here, but it comes down to Inferno. See who's gonna be the strongest here. And Vada usually gets better start on both maps actually, but then Endpoint is the team who's slowly but surely making the way back, winning an eco round. That is the breaking point. Then from there on, they keep rolling in the rounds and somehow winning the map.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see how this third map is gonna be displayed, because Espada, they're a pretty good pistol team, but Endpoint too, so it's a lot of prestige there on those pistol rounds. Who's gonna win it? We've seen both teams in this best of three have been winning pistol rounds here and there, so there's not been a one team that's been winning every single pistol round. They've been winning equal amount pretty much. But the most important pistol rounds, of course, are going to be coming on the third map here. This is where you want to be. And, you know, Robin, he doesn't have any, you know, he's the only one with an agent skin. You know, the other one's like, we don't need it. He's like, I want to be different. I'm going to have a green skin. Agent skin. So we're gonna be jumping into the pistol area. Espada on the T side. They're gonna get the more rough start, but T side has been shown to be a pretty good one on both maps, the first two ones. So I don't doubt that this could be a good side for them as well.
I mean, so far it's a slow start from Espada, or is it though? Look at Patsy. He's clearing up house, and no, he's not home alone. Robin does get the frag here in Finnegan, and does retreat back to safety. That's a very good frag that he has just recovered. The players from Endpoint will still hold their ground towards the A site, and if Espada want to try to break this defensive, they're going to have to go all out. This has to be the full-on commitment, and it is. Robin gets the frag here in the pit. He will be eliminated, though, and look at the frags. A flurry of frags here for Espada. Even though initially it was a major success from Endpoint, now the players from Espada have the site.
Yeah. That is great play coming out. I don't think Thomas and Mighty Max can get this one back. They don't know he's in the corner, or do they? Nice one tap from Mighty Max, but D-Max can deny him, and that's at least Thomas in a 2v1. And he's gonna get double peeked, and that's gonna be Espada with a great start again, just like the two other maps. They're always getting the better start. And I think Endpoint, they're tired of making the comebacks, after comeback on the first two maps. And now they're gonna have to do it again here on Inferno. But it is going to be a force buy, so let's see if they can win this one back. And even the scoreline early on here, because they don't want to go down 4-0 down, 5-0 down early on. Again on the city side. They've already done that way too much in this game. But one UMP and a couple of Deagles here. Let's see what they can do with that. And it will be a pretty big accomplishment for, you know, both these two teams to make it to the playoffs. Get a chance to play against the big teams, but a double nade on Thomas takes him down to 20. So at this point, well, Endpoint, they have 3 players towards the A side actually. They're gambling the right side, but the question is, can they get the kills? And well, they get the first one, can't follow up with a second one. That would be Dexter and Patsy. Crucial backstop 3-3, looking for the second. Not gonna do it, but a lot of damage still being dealt here in Espada. But it is on a force buy, it's not on an eco run, so we wanted to win the run here, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, this round is over here, folks. I'm sorry to tell you this. Sorry to be the bringer of bad news, but Endpoint, they're really relying on the A side hold. You know, if the players with pistols can actually get more frags in that situation, for sure, it's still a doable round. But the problem is, the guy that made his way out of balcony finds the guys there in brackets, and that's it. The round's really over here. And Espada, I gotta give him props. Credit to where credit is due. The fact that they've been able to win the pistol round, the subsequent round as well, it's really important, here for Espada to try and build some of that early momentum from the failures of the second map, because that, I think it's a fair assessment to say, it was a bit of a failure from Espada's part that they didn't manage to close it out 2-0. So in order to continue on here and give us a good fight, they need to take every single advantage they can here. And yeah, folks, as you can see, this is also a team comparison on the maps here. Can't really say that either team really specializes in Inferno. We know we have 5 maps being played on one side and 8 on the other, so there's not really a huge advantage for either team, but that's just how it ends up being. You know, Inferno a lot of times ends up being like this southern map. It is very rarely picked by someone as like, this is my like de facto best map. So yeah, both these two teams, even footing, expect to be close.
Yeah, just like the first 2 maps, it was very close there too, so we can expect a close 30 here as well. There's no reason we couldn't have that. So Real will be going down though. Nice nade on top of the Mac 10 on top of things. So should be a pretty easy 3-0 here from Espada before the guns coming out from Endpoint. And well, the end is near for Endpoint here in the 3rd at least. This is not the one we're looking for. Looking forward for the next. And the last 3 is towards Banana here from Endpoint. They made a little bit of a B gamble. Tried to get a couple kills away, it didn't work out. Now, well, they had to go for the long range deagle shots here. If they can do that, doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Thomas, last shot though. Oh, he does get the one Patsy. But that's all. So here we go. This is where the game begins here on the map. Fire round from Endpoint. Are we gonna see an AWP? Yes, we will. Crucial has been very good with that one. On Mirage, at least. Question though remains, what can he do here on Inferno? I think Inferno is a pretty good op map from some positions, not too much, like Mirage. But I think the angles you can take, I guess, is just long and B maybe. Like, there's not too many positions with op you can play on, to be honest. Short, I guess, also. You can play this kind of position, but it's kind of risky.
Yeah, that's the thing, I'll agree with you, is that it is really risky about like Inferno. Close quarters combat, you have to be incredibly good not only at going for those long range engagements, but for the close range engagements as well, you know, with the 1 scope or actually with a no scope if necessary. So being an opera on Inferno can be a difficult endeavor, and right now Crucial, for example, he already has the sort of avenue of attack that's possible from the brackets. He considers the back away. He doesn't want to play this one too safe, but now he's on the side. Oh no, this could be disastrous for Endpoint. Look at Espada, they're swarming the site. It's all up to Crucial, who's at the back. Oh no, he will be taken care of. This is a big problem right now for Endpoint. The bomb is on the ground, sure, but it will be retrieved and planted by Dexter. If Endpoint want to go for this retake, there's already a big problem. The crossfire setup. It's there. It's good. It's Patsy almost running out of bullets. Gotta pull out the clock, and he cannot do it. My goodness, that should have been the round there for Espada, but he simply runs out of bullets there. Poor Patsy.
Yeah, if he took another step out, he would have had both in the line of vision, because he only saw one there pretty much once he got for that kill, went for the kill there. The side guy need to hide a little bit more there, I feel like. He's doing a good job with the execute here, Spada, but that 2v2 here. The other guy hides a little bit behind the corner there, so he can't really get the shot on Mighty Max. That's why Mighty Max is just dancing around that and managed to win the round from Endpoint. And we do have a pulse coming up straight after that one round from Endpoint, so there will be another buy round from Espada, but yeah, they should definitely win that one. Mighty Max should have no business to even been able to pull out the USP and stuff like that in that situation to kill him. So rough start there from Espada, but I still think they're gonna be pretty good because they know that execute works out on the A side, so they're definitely gonna be pulling that one out way more. So it did work out with the trades. And with Endpoint dying 4 players, you know, Thomas can only buy a FAMAS here. So it's actually not going to be the best here. And utility is going to be very, very low as well on a couple players. So Espada, they could, if they win this one, it's going to be a 5-1. Otherwise we're going to see 3-3 if Endpoint picks up the second in a row here.
Now we do have a bit of a pause here, folks. And once the pause will be lifted, Endpoint, they're in a position to start actually, you know, getting some rounds on the board. Winning a round like that is going to be quite impactful for the players of Endpoint. As close as it might have been, it comes down to the clutch. Both teams know that it was close. but it's Endpoint to come out on top. This could give them the psychological edge moving forward. Of course, even though they have, or they could have, a psychological edge, in terms of weaponry, Espada, I mean, they've got better weaponry on their side. They're no Galils, it's AKs, it's an AWP. There's a lot more utility on their part as well. And that's always a big part of Inferno, utility. The CTs try to need to hold on to their utility for as long as possible. The smokes, the flashbangs, the everything, the crucial right now. Oh, he's going for the aggressive play, and well, this should be his kill, and it absolutely is. Not only is he able to secure it, but he can also back away to safety. There's not a single player in brackets that try and stop him.
Yeah, great entry here, and then falling back, not being greedy for more than one. And, well, let's see what the reaction is going to be from Espada on that kill. There, he plays the actual Endpoint, so with dice here. Oh my goodness, so close, but Robin's going to save him. He makes it around back the corner. That is a good play right there from Endpoint. Getting a double entry now. Espada, out of the counting in this round pretty much at this point, unless they can get the kills on the B side here. There's only 2 B defenders. One of them is with a FAMAS. So, if the flashes are right here from Espada, it could be a 3v3 if they get both without the trade. Well, that's the first one. The second one though is going to be Mighty Max trade, so at least he gets the one before it's stop. But a 2-for-1 trade is not really the best on the B side, but Surreal, he's really close. He's going to go through, I think. No, he doesn't go through, he waits. 3 versus 2 retake here from Endpoint. Definitely still doable from Espada here. They have an AWP on Dexter, but he's gonna jump and he misses the shot, and that's the both kills going through Endpoint. But they did get a plant here, so it could be another buy from Espada coming out, but Endpoint with a nice retake. He's trying to jump over the AWP barrel there. Even gonna pick up the secondary AWP. So with the plant here, as you can see, there are not gonna be an eco. We are going to see Espada with a 3rd run by as well. But good last 2 rounds from Endpoint, to be honest. If they can just build on this, this will be absolutely amazing.
But it happens because Espada has now managed 2 times in a row to also get the bomb plant, meaning the players do have just enough to get those equally 47s out, and individuals like Finnegan, Dexter, and Dima even have utility at their disposal. There's going to be an early grenade being thrown out, not massive damage being dealt though, but oh, there we go, that's a big one. Instead of holding on to Banana after inflicting that much damage with utility, Endpoint still played safe. Now, I personally would prefer the teams to still hold on to Banana, because if you're going to be inflicting damage with the utility, you can get some easy kills. And speaking of kills, Mighty Max swings out wide though. That's such a ballsy move to make. Thomas now left the only player in the B bomb set in this position, as Espada can overwhelm the B side.
Yeah, so this is absolutely amazing here, but Espada, they're getting pushed back here, as you can see. The Molotov is gonna kill Demon, not Surreal is on top of the flower pot here. He will find Dexter once he goes through, but Dexter, he's watching for the boost, and oh, he just moves away, and that means it's gonna be a double for Surreal. What they play here from the Brits. And now, Patsy, the sole attacker left in the running here of this round, and Endpoint, almost even a flawless round here. Patsy need to try to save this or make some economy damage at least, because this is just going downtown from Espada, and oh, he's not checking the corner. He's gonna find, oh, he's not gonna find, actually does find the second one. Looking for the 3rd here, but Thomas has the angle. But Danny, he just went around the corner there. If he didn't stick it back around, you know, out again, that would only be 1. But Endpoint, what a good look at.
Nice attempt from Patsy as well, man.
Yeah.
It's a nice try, I'll give him that.
NT for him in the chat. But no plan for Espada means that it is gonna be an eco for them. Just gonna have some upgraded pistols alongside the Kevlar and Finnegan. That's gonna be the game of plan here of this round. We've seen these pistols has been so dangerous in this entire best of 3. So do not count out the pistols here. I kind of did it a couple times, and you know, it backfired. But you know, Infernus, I think it will be a little bit harder for them to get, you know, because it's not really gonna be the range, because they're gonna have to go around the corners, and that's where the M4 is gonna hold, right? So I think it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for Espada to do something in a map like this. But they keep rolling for a double up here from Endpoint, and I feel like it's doing pretty good with it actually.
I mean, with a round like this on pistols, I personally am always a big fan of maybe a straight up push. Oh, Dima, what are you doing?
Chicken.
He's clearly pushing in the chicken. No, Dima, leave thou chicken
Eat the
alone.
chicken, bro. Eat the chickens. All the vegans, well, they're gonna be mad at me now, but you know, either way. Well, they're gonna go for B play here, Espada, and here we go. Let's see how many kills they're gonna get. Thomas actually missing the shot. He's gonna readdress with the second one. He misses that one. Back need to come in and save the day, and he doesn't. I said don't sleep on the Deagles. And that is exactly what's going on right now. Dima with a kill through the wall headshot. And then what just happened? The Deagles. They only have one set of Kevlar even. Like, Thomas missing every single op shot. Mighty Max only get one kill from the new boxes. And that's a wrap.
I mean, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about is that whenever you're on pistols, your best bet is to try and overwhelm one of the sites. You know, sometimes if the opponents just somehow miss their shots, they don't line up the utility, that's when you can overwhelm a site with just the pistols. That is exactly what has happened on the B bomb site. I wanted to maybe suggest Espada to try such an attempt on the A side, because I feel like that's one of the bomb sites where you can find more success with such an attempt, but clearly the B side worked out perfectly here for Espada. They secure the round, they get every single kill, and this is a situation where Endpoint are really struck on money.
Gonna go down, walks in with the AWD.
Loot.BET.
Yeah, they're really gonna be very, very shaky for that one. Now they're gonna be, you know, gonna be a little bit shaky in the boots. Gonna have to change pants, change some shoes as well, because right now they're gonna be up with a force buy in the air. And we can see it's 2 SMGs and 3 pistols, so Dexter, is he gonna check the course? This is where the MP9 comes in best. He gets the trade. As soon as Dexter gets the frag, the trade is right there on top of Banks. And this is a little bit of an A gamble. They put plays towards A and one towards B. Just to try to see if they can bait Espada into the trap. The mouse trap. Perhaps here. But Patsy doesn't see anybody here from the apartment, so do they still want to go A, Espada? It's really risky to go A when you know they're up against SMGs who can have this tools, right? So they may just take the safer choice and back off to B site. I think that's what I would have done, and just go B instead, because you don't know what you're up against on the A site. You do know you're up against one MP9 at least, but what do the other have? You know, Houdinis on that A side who could be doing some magic for endpoints.
Thing is as well though, in a round like this, Espada don't really know what to expect on the B bomb side as well. You know, what kind of plate weaponry could there be? How many players could there be even? So there is a huge lack of information right now, and because there's such a lack of time as well, it just has to be a commitment by this point. 20 seconds, they've made the right choice though. There's only one player here, but how is he shutting them down? Not like this, Espada. This is the type of round you should be winning. But as we can see, very little time here left on to Patsy. He's going to try to punch in those digits, but they're going to make sure he does not survive the encounter. Endpoint. Successful holder on the A bomb set, really on the back of this just one player, Robin and his MP9.
That's what I said. You don't know where the MP9 is going to be. The close range dudes like that with the MP9 strongest. With the weapon strength strongest, and a triple for him is going to give Endpoint a tied game again here, and this is the kind of rounds that just you need to win. It's a third map. It all comes down to this. And they're like, no, you go first. No, you go first. But yeah, Espada there. You know, these are the kind of rounds you need to take early on if you're gonna have a chance to win this map. Now it's a 4-4 instead. It's all once again in the hands of Endpoint now instead. Just one round turns the entire road or the wheel to the other side to avoid the crash here. That's exactly what happened to Endpoint now. They avoid the crash, now they're into it again. It's not like the economy crash back in 2008 or something. It's not like that at the moment, so yeah. Let's see what they have here. 4 Spy, 4 Espada, UMP, Deagle, and 3 AKs, and then, oh, the UMP actually will find a headshot Dima with the kill, and that's gonna be an AK Savage too, so not a bad start here. Can they follow up though? That's the question. The B side has been the weaker side from Endpoint. We need to point that out. But he's alive. He finds 2 combat though. He needs to find more than 1. He can't do that. It's all even Steven. 45 seconds remain.
Alright, there is spotted. This is incredibly important for them to hold on to this one. But Dexter, this is the first aim duel. He should spot out the shadow first, and he's going to secure the kill on the back of it. Robin, though, still has some time on the clock, but I love the fact that Espada, both the players group up, and they just decide to leave the site for now. Robin is the one that has to go for the advanced maneuver. He's got a kit, though, but yeah, he's not going to make it work.
He managed to have the balls to stick it the first time.
He did pick up that kit, though.
Yeah, he had a kit. He defused like 1-2 seconds, then and the guy he just jump spotted. So if he went around the corner, he took it, would have had like maybe a chance to get the defuse. 1 second left, maybe. But of course, that's just Espada. Did just play them out, just baited them out to shots with a jump peek. So again, it turns in the way of Espada. They're winning in 3 AKs, a UMP, and a Deagle. Like this round, like it's just so weird how this has been won, like by both the teams. None of the teams just get consecutive runs. On a third map too, like this is not like the first map as well. This is like the third and final map in a 2-2 bracket match. This is whoever makes it to the playoffs.
That's true, but that's also one of the things they talked about, you know, this being the third map. Even though Endpoint should have the edge, this could get incredibly close, and here Endpoint, oh, look at this. Robin, 3 kills on the Deeg, a 4th one is here as well.
Get me out.
In just a span of a few seconds, Robin, from the same position, for the 2nd time in a row, is able to obliterate that Espada offensive. Oh my, that's not the type of round you want to lose, but that's just, again, the nature of Inferno. It says, it is this type of round. It is the type of map when in rounds like this, that your opponents only have pistols, you should be having the edge, right? But no, that's just not how Inferno works. Pistols, SMGs, whatever you may have at your arsenal, it can be lethal every single time.
Yeah, it's just get me out of the server right now, Danny, because it's absolutely ridiculous. Because at the moment, it's just back and forth every round they're trading. If we can take up the scoreboard, we can see how that the trading, like the CTs win 1 round, the Ts win 1 round, and it's just been kept going now for 5-6 rounds now, and just really don't know, like this is always going to be better for the T side, of course, to trade rounds like this, but oh, Dexter with the 1 dig coming out of 1 dig coming out on Surreal, and this is down to just the 2 A players now. It wouldn't surprise me if Espada wins this one now. They have picked up an AK and they have the pistols. And you know, last round they only had 1 rifle Endpoint and they won that one. Robin with an AK. They can play with the Deagle, so though, oh, he does find 2, so a little bit of aggression coming through here. That's actually, remember, and they may just finally get 2 in a row here. That is exactly what's gonna happen here. Pass to last man standing. Moldy inbound. He's gonna cook him. Not alive, bro. Or not to death, but the shot well. So finally, Endpoint, you grab a couple 1 in a row here. And for Endpoint, you know, this is gonna have to be a little bit ridiculous too. You know, you're on the CT side. This is where you need to win most of the runs, right? And you only got a 6-5. So I'm not sure how good they're feeling about this first half.
You know what separates the highest level of position in Counter-Strike and teams like this here at the Loot.BET Season 6? In that situation, if you are a proper high-level team, you would not be chucking in a $600 Molotov to kill an ecoing player. You'd be saving that money and saving that Molotov for as long as possible. Finnegan, though, is going to try to get some kills. He's not out here to save lives. He's out here to take away lives, and he's looking for 2. He gets some, not the 3rd, though. Mighty Max replies, but Dima is even quicker. that's gonna open up the B bomb site. That's the nature of Inferno. Once you secure a couple of those kills, in this case even more, 3, the round is practically over. The other 2 players on the site just have to beg and pray that they can survive for another day.
Yeah, great. They did not know that Finnegan was already up that close. They thought that everybody was behind the smoke. That wasn't the case. Finnegan, he's sneaky. So he's all the through there and pushes his issue, just striking like a cobra. The cobra is laying there and then he strikes. Perfect timing. Get those 2 frags, and this is gonna be a 6-6 now. 3 rounds remains. After this one is done and dusted. And we did see a 9-6 for Espada on the second map. That to happen in it with the remaining 3. But the thing is here, they saved themselves 2 rifles at point, so replay here, they're both wrecked. So 3 and 2000 on the remaining 3 there, so they could drop over, yeah, so they're gonna drop a FAMAS over and they're gonna go for the table here. All around the world, they go for a buy. FAMASes, auto shotgun for Thomas. The auto shotgun is not a bad weapon actually, to be honest. So if he uses it in the right position, fair enough. He can actually get a few frags with it. But yeah, he's using it towards the first orange. If they get up close on the stairs there, sure. But if they go long range, like the long range, and go into the corner pool, then it's not going to be that useful. Just whenever the teams decide where they want to go. Oh my goodness, Mighty Max right in the open. And now it's down to Thomas here, who need to hold off on the side. And if they go long range, yeah, they go long range. This is going to be completely useless now. He finds 2 shots. Actually gets the... What? No freaking way. 2 HP on Thomas. He finds 2 frags. I take that back. I said he was going to be useless. That is not going to be the case. What the hell was that? 4v3 now from Endpoint. Bomb has been picked up in slope. And where do they want to go here? Finnegan probably looking for a few frags. There's a guy in backside, that's Thomas. And there's coils here. Oh, the Spram comes through, not gonna take down Crew. And now the last 2 from Espada, they're gonna go towards the B side here. But do they know that Thomas is all the way in the dark corner? It's all the way backside, right here into the corner. He's gonna push the offer. And there we go, and there's the second one. Actually not getting the second, but Thomas is gonna strike out a triple Danny for Thomas. How the hell does he find the first 2 though? Here. That one. But this one, straight headshot.
Yeah, that's incredible. The auto shotgun. You've seen its resurgence, I guess you could say, nowadays. But it's still nothing too great. I guess it comes back to the the scheme of Valve, trying to make every weapon viable. And in that sense, I mean, the auto shotgun just performs to perfection. Long range, close range, boom, it gets them both. Showing that Endpoint have come here with a fighting chance. And now what we do see is some banana presence coming in. Loving this from Endpoint. I think this is going to be one of the first instances they're actually able to hold on to banana as well. They throw in the Molotovs, the grenades as well, and they even get a tag on Dima. So if you're Dima, you definitely don't want to repeat with just 19 points of health.
No. Unless you have... Yeah, unless you're sure you can get the kill, but that's not right when you have 19 HP, so... They're gonna head towards the A side here. 2 rounds remain. A fresh smoke has been deployed, but they're gonna go through it before it pops. Thomas, he's gonna have traffic very, very soon. Actually, never mind, the traffic is going back. The police, they shut down the road towards Long. They need to take another road. And they decide to head back towards Banana, where Crucial is there with an AWP, and he's ready to shoot people. Boom, there's the first one. Fall back, very good. Get the kill, fall back. He actually goes for the second through the wall. You are joking me. Dima goes down. A double for Crucial. Looking for more here. It's gonna be Mighty Max picking up 2 more. And the final one for Crucial. It's locked down. The supermarket is closed for tonight.
Impressive shooting as well. This is the great thing as well about a map like Inferno. You know, you're able to get a 1 kill, sneak back into cover, go in for another kill, back in cover, another kill. making you such a difficult target to deal with. And especially if you're with an AWP, that just makes it a lot harder for the T's. And well, pistols. Pistols and some armor sprinkled in, not too much here for Espada. This is not looking too good whatsoever. There's a situation where Endpoint could take the lead, but we know what these pistols are capable of. Look at Dexter go. He finds the first and even the second one. That suddenly opens up the A-bomb site. If Espada want, they can absolutely go for the hit. And look at this. They started off with pistols. Now they even have an AWP and an M4. Robin could definitely use some backup, but Dima's gonna take care of that. Thomas and Mighty Max remain. Actually, it's all to Thomas. And considering this was just a round with pistols, what a turnaround for Espada.
Yeah, what a way to make it avoid a 9-6, you know, you just get an 8-7 here. Not a bad play there, especially with Dexter getting a triple. The deal one tap in the beginning, absolutely disgusting. He does kind of run sometimes. If you know, want to get a win here, but T side 7 rounds, not bad at all from Espada, to be honest. Thomas is gonna go down here and in second. Yes, he finds the first, but there's the trade. So an 8-7 for Endpoint on map 3 in the first half. We're going to the final half here of our first game. We're still only on our first game, but this last half is gonna decide who is gonna make it to the playoffs and who is not gonna make it. 4 frags on soft kick though, so he's not having a good half. Hopefully for them and his team, you know, he can step up. Because he's usually a player that frags a lot. But pistol. This pistol run again. Espada, they've been good in winning the past few, especially on the second map. Endpoint though. Are they gonna have what it takes to win it? But I do feel like this pistol is just RNG. Whoever pushes like and gets the one tap, like it's just a little bit random sometimes.
I mean, the pistol rounds are a random thing as well, really. It's so hard to say who can come out on top. Patsy, though, gathering information. Spots of the players, know they're out there, crunched up in second mid. No need to go spot them out for the third time, though. I mean, you already have the intel. Better off keep your hide intact and just back away. This is a very passive setup from Espada, though. Not a single player in brackets. They're all, mostly all of them, are on the A-bomb side expecting this push. And, I mean, Endpoint, they should be aware that, yeah, if you've been spotted, maybe you should try to change up your plan, but that's entirely not the case. They're going to begin to go for this wraparound, but are they thinking of committing towards B or just the A-bomb side? Dima's able to spot them out a few, and now Endpoint, oh no, this is going to be disaster for them. They're running into 3 players that are holding the positions here. It's going to be so difficult for Endpoint, but they actually get the bomb down. The players in the pit are isolated. They're not able to come in with any kills thus far. They're just going to have to wait, and now look at this. They're pushing them down and they're actually getting the frags. How is Endpoint securing this one? That is unbelievable. Endpoint. How on earth did they pull it off?
They managed to overwhelm them on the pit area there, and the guy Graveyard, he doesn't get more than 1 frag there. He misses a point. You should thank their lucky stars for winning that pistol run, to be honest. And this is where they can get rolling on the T side. Just like Espada had in the beginning, winning the first 3-4. This could be Endpoint as well, getting up on 11-7 if they win this one. Force buy is back though from Espada. We know this force buy has been so good from Espada after losing the pistol. And we got the Bison that you want, Danny, on Crucial.
Yes, my man. He knows what's up.
Yeah, and also after the update, it's much better against Kevlar too, so...
It is.
It's actually a viable choice nowadays. Before it was absolutely useless against Kevlar, but...
Don't call my Bison useless. It's not useless. It serves a purpose of memeing potential. And in this case, it's now, yeah, like you said, a viable weapon. So we're going to see it at play here. Of course, the big problem right now for Endpoint is that smoke grenades. Look at the utility usage coming in from Espada. This is stellar. That's obviously going to stop the advancement here from Endpoint. Uh-oh, the player has been spotted though. Not a kill, however, from either side, and I love this from Endpoint. Chuck in those Molotovs, get in those grenades, and try to push on the bomb side though, but you still gotta check your angles. Remember that, Endpoint. There could be a lot of players here in the site. It's only the 2. They've managed to eliminate those, and now they have the bomb site for their taking.
Yeah, not a bad round for Endpoint there. 2-for-1 trade on the B side. avoiding losing against the force buy, but the remaining 3 on A, they're gonna be saving here and take this into the next round. So they're gonna have to win against the force buy 2 times, not only one that we normally see happen. So they're gonna have to do it again here in the upcoming round. But Endpoint, they're gonna take a few round lead here, and this is pretty good for them as well. They can, you know, this is gonna make them relax a little bit, make them like, yes, okay, nice. We can take it easy a little bit here. We have a little bit of a buffer to play with. And unfortunately, we don't see that PP Bison coming in play in this round. Maybe the next one, though. In the next one. 10-7. He's just shooting the max and he doesn't want it. And, yeah, the 3 Kevlars with the 2 Deagles and the Scout. The other 2 who died, though, what are they gonna have? Probably nothing, right? So, a second chance from Espada here.
Well, not entirely a new chance because Sophic and Dima, they don't have armor, making them a little bit more mushy. But yeah, at least 3 players have survived, so they can still be dangerous. Dexter, don't play with fire. It's always a dangerous game. And there's gonna be a tag. That's good. Tries to go for the follow-up, but does not succeed. Either way, this could deter the players to push there. I mean, you don't want to go up against a guy with a scout. You might be thinking, what is the deal with the scout? If the player is able to find a lot of tags, like 2 or 3 on players, that's suddenly a position where the pistols can do so much good work.
And we have a 4-man stack towards the A side here. Endpoint actually gonna walk into the stack. Oh man. Could this be a round where Espada wins just like Endpoint did on the A side? With the pistols? Oh, Endpoints. Not really making any research before they're heading onto the sites. This could be the punishment that Espada will deliver. Question though is, are they actually going to commit to A, or are they going to wrap on the B sides? At this point, they're going to be smoking off library, and they will be going through long towards A. Here comes the stack. This is where all the 4-man defense is from the CD side. And they're getting the frags, and they're getting it good. But they're not getting too many players. Mighty Max 5 HP, and Crucial finds the last kill. That was so close. 5 HP Mighty Max could turn it back to a 1v1.
Oh, that was incredibly close. You know, it was hard to say that they can come out on top, but they sure as hell did. Endpoint, commiserations for them. 11 rounds are theirs. But now it's time for Espada to step up. They finally have the weaponry. We're talking rifles, AWP in the hands of Dexter. No, actually there is one diffuse skin in the hands of Sophic, but it's still, if it comes down to a retake, it could be difficult. But then again, if Dexter's gonna be finding opening frags like that, that could be more than enough for Espada to secure the victory. Sophic though, chucks in the Molotov, forces Mighty Max out of position, and even out of banana entirely. So that one Molotov has done some fine work, and uh-oh, this could be a nasty surprise. 2 players out here in the apartments. But Robin's not gonna challenge them.
Yeah. Endpoint. Pretty good lead to be honest, but they're on the T side, so they're on the harder side at the moment. So they're not gonna be getting too many freebies here at this point. They're gonna have to fight against the guns this time. And well, at this point Surreal, they're setting up for B play here. There's 2 players on the B side, so this is essentially gonna be a 4 take from Endpoint. The question is, where would the trades be? How many trades are there from the C side? There's the first one, there's the second, there's the third. They're all lining up, and this is a disaster for Endpoint. They're getting 1 frag out of this round, that's Mighty Max. But I think that's where it's gonna stop. 40 HP. I think he just wants to try to make some kind of economy damage on the side. If he can take 2 more players down with him. He gets another one. Oh, another one! Okay. But he has to watch out from CC and he doesn't know the Sofky is there, but still actually, he takes down 3 players in a 5v1. That is not bad actually from Endpoint. So in the end, this is gonna keep Espada keep buying. A great hold there to be honest on Softkick. On the boost position. But feeding him up kills is not the best you can do really. Because look at this now, Finnegan only can be on a FAMAS. Because of that.
Yeah, it makes matters a bit more difficult here for Endpoint as well. I mean, their economy is in shambles. It's only going to be for this round, so I guess it's not too bad, but it's never a satisfying situation to be in. Crucial. He gun down something with that deagle. Not going to see anyone just yet. Reducer grenades being deployed. An attempt to deal damage here for Endpoint, but not too successful. Surreal is the only player that has lost some HP, but again, it's not a huge margin. Endpoint, though, they might want to try to give Espada a taste of their own medicine. A straight up hit on the B-bomb side. Oh my goodness, Dima hit the deck, son. Thomas is gonna gun you down, and that's the end of that. Look at how successful the pistols have been. No armor, no nothing. And they've been able to swarm the site, and Espada has got to be thinking, how on earth did the pistols just accomplish that? Well, I could ask the same question. How did you do it on your own T-side?
Well, nerf to take 9. Thomas just ran sideways, one tap the guy CT. Will have to be another nerf coming through. Because the pistols are overpowered at the moment in this game, but it's just the teams that making them so good. Fancy. We'll take down Mighty Max 1 at a Glock, but it will be a 12th round from Endpoint here. And they're gonna win with nothing, pretty much. It's gonna start the debate here from Espada. What can they really do here to try to pull things back? They saved the 3 weapons, but the other 2, they're gonna have to get dropped here. Dexter could drop an M4 over. And that's what he's gonna do too. So they will be getting M4s then from us. So 2 M... Actually, yeah. 1 M4... No, 2 M4s, it should be 2 from us and 1 AWP here. Patsy, I think he picks up... Oh, actually picks up an AK. So, yeah. Yes, they will have buy here with Espada, full buy, but it's gonna be a couple of bad rifles to be honest. FAMAS not the best one to work with. 12-8. Endpoint getting closer and closer towards that endpoint of the match.
4 rounds away. That's the difference right now between Endpoint still playing this matchup or having a victory. That's the crossbar setup there, as now Finnegan's gonna chime in with a kill on Robin. Eventually, it is an edge here for Espada. Not massive though, just the 1 kill, but still good. Now, if they actually go for another hit on the B-bomb side, I wouldn't be too surprised if they do it. Endpoint has found success here in the past, so they might as well go for it again. They have walked out dry here on the bomb side and actually found these kills. Now the players are entrenched quite well here in the back of sight, so going for the same walkout I think could be disastrous for them, but the way they're moving in tells me that's going to be exactly that.
Yeah, but this Molly from Sophie is gonna go down toward the water and the pool area, so it's gonna be really difficult for the T's to swing here on Dima. Has to come up here. This is a 1 down position. You get 1 kill and then you're gonna die. Yeah, 1 time. He's gonna jump down. Actually gets the second 2. Looking for the 3rd. Crucial doesn't hit the shot. Pulls out the deagle. Will do the trick, but it's a 2v1 still. Favor for Espada here. There should be no way they're losing this 2v1, right? But it's gonna be impossible for him to plant because they're right on top of him. He actually do get the plant down here, makes it back towards the ruined squirrels. Dexter with an AWP, takes the first shot, but that's gonna be a miss. Crucial with the second shot, and also 1 versus 1. Crucial against Finnegan. This cannot be a run loss from Espada. They had a 3v1. He's tapping the bomb. He actually holds it. 1 second. He actually got knocked. Yeah, he gets it. Espada. Oh my goodness. I was like, okay, he probably had it, but then no. But then he did have it in the last second. That's crazy.
I mean, that was just so close. Incredibly close. I mean, he pulls out the deagle. That's when he has his best chance of trying to win it. But again, that is just a matter of seconds. A matter of seconds. That's all it was about. So congratulations that Espada have managed to win that one. But this victory comes at a price. They have barely any money here, and the investment, yes, it's here, but it's so lackluster that they have to try to do something ridiculous, and that's going to be a push down banana. It's a failure at first. Thomas secures the frag here in Potsy, but thing is, though, Mighty Max better run away there. Oh, no, he's not going to do it. He gets taken care of. Whereas Thomas, he's got 100 points of health, and he's going to stay, but no, he does not win the fight against Dima. That's so frustrating because he had a crosshair dead on the guy.
Yeah, that's a big whiff actually. Missing that. He should have been a 4v3 for Endpoint at that point. But what's done is done. Just gonna have to move on. And, well, Endpoint still a 3-1 lead here. They have a guy boosted up here on Flower Pot. Second guy is right below him, so I think it's all smoke. He's gonna take out Dima here, and then if the look boost to kill him, it's a 3v3. So I'm not really sure I like the positions here from Espada, and I don't think they do either. So the guy is gonna rotate to corals. I like this much more. It will be a B play here with the last 3 from Endpoint. Dima, he's 50 HP here towards. Not checking the boost. Why would they at that point? He gets the portion, but the trades, they're actually there. Yes, he finds the portion from Espada. 4 versus 2 at that point, but they get the 2 trades. Back to 2 versus 2 now. Robin and Crucial, yes, they're low, up against full HP, but if they can get the right angle, why not win this round? Why wouldn't they? And they have the bomb to play with too. They do not have a kit here. They have about 13 seconds to kill both of these guys. And the first guy is not going to find anything. They can just play the time now. 8 seconds left. And Crucial finds the frag. Endpoint, they're winning at 2v4. And that is no money from Espada now. They have absolutely nothing to work with going into the 23rd round. That is a huge blow to the economy and for the team morale as well.
That's the problem when so many rounds have been so neck and neck, very close. Espada, I mean, they've simply run out of money, and I don't know if this is the most optimal choice though, but I see the reasoning behind it. You know, the second half is coming to a close. They're in desperate need of these rounds, and this is an act of desperation. They know that they have to win it. They go for the force fight. They pull out the pistols. It's also some utility sprinkled in. But if they can't win this one, then again, it's the same situation. Not enough money to have a proper investment, but just enough to get those pistols out. So Endpoint, this is a good chance as any to go up against Espada and have the edge early on, just because of the weapons that we have.
Imagine being 1 run away from losing the entire best of 3 series in the second map, to now be 3 away from winning the game. Espada, they had everything on the lock and key, but now they're putting all eggs in basket here for this 23rd round. If they don't win this one, what the hell are they gonna have to play with in the final 2 rounds? But they do get the entry. Trades coming in, back and forth they go, but for the CT side, instead, it's actual 2v2. So back and forth trades is out. This round is all or nothing from Espada, to be honest. They have nothing to play with if they lose this round. They're gonna have to go for full eco for a 15 run buy, or for 15-9 buy, or force it again in the final 2. They all relies on this one. 2 versus 2 here, and that's the first one. Oh my goodness, they may have just done it. Crucial, 1 versus 2. Is he gonna find the guy outside? Yes, he does. But the Molly is gonna push him out in the corner. But Finnegan, you don't have a kit. You need to rush, my friend. Oh, he's gonna die by the fire. It's just gonna be enough time. Oh, he's so lucky there, Danny, that he died by the fire. Otherwise, it wouldn't be enough time. He's just gonna get it now. Oh my god, that is so close. How? That Molly just saved them. The Molly reaching even on top of the box.
Going through the smoke walks in. Gonna go down, walks in with the AWD.
Loot.BET.
That's really the great thing about that Molotov, is that it does reach the player in that position. Otherwise, if it doesn't, it's much more harder to win that round. Because, yeah, as you were saying, you know, the timer was also incredibly close. Espada, they gone in for the force buy, but the players didn't have kits. And now, speaking of this round as well, like, both of these teams are investing every single penny they've got here, and it's just all over the place. Yeah, you've got the op here for Dexter, but then you have SMGs for some of the Espada players. SMGs here on the side of Endpoint as well. This is so close right now, and it's always the scary nature of whenever the second half is coming to a close and you're just simply running out of money, you're going to be making these sort of plays. You're going to be going for these ballsy investments and just hoping for the best. Now, it's a good thing if you have an investment like this and also proper game plans. Right now, Endpoint just getting some map control. They've cleared out the apartments, they've cleared out Banana. Now it's time to choose which one of the bomb sites they want to try and go for.
Yeah, so still Espada, they're not out of the woods yet. They need to win this round too because they still have a couple of FAMASs and MP9s. So party's not over. The party just begun, and if you're arriving late, well, that means that you're gonna miss most of the party. But that's the 1D from Surreal. Just like that, he clipped him right in the head, right in the forehead. And now Finnegan. Oh my goodness, how does he line up 3 players like that? That is ridiculous. Leaves it down to 3v2 for the Espada side just because of that. And now Dima is going for a spray through the smoke here. But Robin, actually Surreal is the one fighting in. And it's all down to Surreal with 2 HP on 1v2. This is no way he can win this round. Absolutely nothing. Actually, never mind. He gets the first one, but he gets overwhelmed by the USP. Dexter, he has to pick up, he did pick up the kill too. There's not going to be any problem with that. And Espada coming down to a 1v1 again. Second round in a row, a 1v1 to determine the round. That is crazy. But Finnegan, he saved the day or the round there with a triple there. Imagine he only gets 1 or 2 there. That would have been hard retake for Espada, to be honest. But they win 2 1v1s in a row, and that it will put Endpoint on a Nika round. So maybe Espada, they were down 39. They are gonna close the gap with just the 1 here after this round, most likely. 13-12.
I'll say this, you know, Finnegan did save them, alright, but the spacing from Endpoint, like the spacing of trying to peek that guy was just way off. They obviously could have done a much better job of just 2 players peeking out, swinging out wide, and that's it. Finnegan is down. There's no way in the world he finds free frags in that situation. 2 at the maximum. And I think that was also a bit of a problem there, because if they eliminate him as quickly as they can, that's it. That's a much more winnable round. And here, Endpoint, this is pretty dissatisfying. They're back on pistols, and as you know, these players, they're quite mushy without their armor, and Sotvik's going for a bit of a hunt here. I mean, he's feeling confident, I'll give him that, but even in a round like this, I'd say you gotta be quite careful, but I guess you can throw that out of the window. A spotter just decimating the opposition like it's nothing.
Yeah. So, points. We can see that's gonna be the 12th round, 13-12, and well, coming down again. You said in the beginning of the map, we're probably gonna see a close map again here on the 3rd, just like the first 2, and that is exactly what we're seeing right now. It's just both teams are so close in this 2-2 match. You can't really ask for a closer game in a decided game like this. Who's going to move on to the playoffs? Whoever wins this map definitely deserves to make it to the playoffs. They've been fighting all the way. And yeah, 13-12. So, let's see. Vibe coming out from the T side. See, they still have 2 SMGs actually. They're going to push in. The SMG is so good actually in those kind of situations. He gets the Dragon Mighty Max. Espada, they may make this a tight game here, unless Thomas has something to say about it. And, well, HP advantage from Espada, but 4v4 always favor of the T side most of the times. So, it just looks like they're gonna head towards the A side. So, a lot of work to be done here for the A players of Espada. Because usually this A aggression has been very good from Endpoint.
I mean, they're slowly but surely moving in here, Endpoint. They gotta be incredibly careful here, but so far, there we go, the smoke grenade. It now reveals their position, it really reveals the plan they want to go for here. They can still isolate these players here. They're not in the best positions, and oh no, the crossfire has been set up. Dima has just pushed on through the smoke and single-handedly destroys that push. Whenever in your situation like that, if you're Endpoint and you have players coming in from all angles, I mean, you just can't really do anything in that position. Rightfully so, you get shut down. And that's why we have 13-13. It's as close as it possibly can be.
Yeah, this is just exactly the game you want to have, but Endpoint, unfortunately for them, they don't have any economy left. They do not have any economy left, so this is just going to be a rough T-side for Endpoint in the potential final 3 rounds. They had a good start with a 3-0 start, then they won 1-1. Then they traded. Look at those. After those 3 starts runs in a row in the second half, they traded. The CT got 1, the T got 1, CT got 1, the T got 1. And those 4 rounds, that was a really weird point of the game, where they just kept trading back and forth. And it does seem like in the end it was actually better for Espada because they've been winning 4 in a row now. And they should be getting the 5th here too. So, quick little pause here before we're jumping into round 27. And, well, it's just 14-13 should definitely happen in from Espada. I don't see them losing against the Deagles here, but, you know, this has
knock on
happened
wood.
before, you know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd say knock on wood at this point because you may never know what to expect from the pistols of Endpoint. And again, it just comes back to the loose nature of these two teams that are playing relatively loose, and also just the map itself. Inferno just lends itself so well to these pistols just having some outrageous moments.
Yeah. Should be some time to stop them. It shouldn't be here where that part is gone. Espada should say, okay, let's just stay 14-13 and then work against the Byrons this game. And if you just tuned in, this is map number 3 in our first best of 3. We do have one best of 3 coming up after this map. That will be Skade versus Nordavind in about 20 minutes time. So keep an eye on that game, but first we need to finish off this game here. And an entry for Dexter will open up the map a little bit good here with a model on top of things here. This is going to completely destroy the T side here. Yeah, this is a much better round to handle the pistols if you are Espada. It's just Robin and Crucial left. And Moldy. Crucial. Moldy taking another position here, but Robin's gonna fall too. So 14-13 from Espada. Byron coming up from Endpoint. This could be actually the final buy they're gonna have for the match, if they don't win it.
Yeah, this is just so important right now for both teams. Ooh. Big hands. And big hopes for Endpoint. Try and win this one. They must do it right here at this gun round. Otherwise, if they fail, that's gonna be it here, folks. I don't think they have what it takes to still pull off the victory here. Good grenade being chucked in. That's always the scary nature of seeing a grenade coming your way, because you think, right, it's time for me to run away. But in this case, he runs away and just lands on the shrapnel. Sotvik is gonna make sure his bullets land onto the head of Thomas. That's a good way to kick things off if you're a spot, and if you're Endpoint, that's a little bit frustrating. No trade frag possibility whatsoever, but there's Crucial on the other side. Maybe this is what they need. There's now smoke being thrown out, and there's this barrier that they have to go through. And Dima, what a change up. This is so good. No one from Endpoint should expect him on the fountain, and he's gonna punish one of them. That's also the bomb being dropped, which we should begin to see a rotation here from Espada. Dima in the flames, still doing so much fine work. When will he be eliminated? Now. And Finnegan now comes in. He gets them all 3. He knows just to hold mouse 1, and it gives him all the frags. And a victory for Espada. Look at this, just holds mouse 1, and just eliminates every single one.
Wow, nice there coming out. That's going to give Espada 2 match points, just like they had on the second map. But now, Danny, the question is, they couldn't do it on Mirage. Can they do it here on the third map? Same scoreline, 15-13. This time, Endpoint have a better buy. They have rifles this time. They didn't have that at 15-13 on Mirage. But surely, Espada, they're not going to do the same mistake and give them 2 rounds here to force an overtime again. Surely not. Espada, they should have learned a lesson here from by now. And Endpoint, they want to go towards the A side again, and this is where it should be closed. And Finnegan and Patsy, they're gonna get 1 each here. 4 versus 3. Patsy with another one. This is collapsing for Endpoint. This is unfortunately will be Espada, most likely moving the way through to the playoffs, round 16. Unless Mighty Max can step up here, and they do get the first one. Dexter, if he doesn't find a frag here, it's gonna be a 2v2, and he actually goes down. This is actually still a chance, but Softcake trades on the Crucial down to Mighty Max. 2v1 now. It's gonna have to be a clutch here. Bomb plan will be going down on the side. They know exactly where he is. But he finds the first one. It's a 1 versus 1. Mighty Max, can he do it again here? Oh my goodness, it's so close. Oh, he misses the shot, and it's done. Ladies and gentlemen, Espada, they're gonna be your winners. They win 16-13 on the third map. What a close game we had, Danny.
I mean, you're absolutely right. This was an incredibly close game. I actually edged my odds that Endpoint is going to come out on top in this matchup, but that's not the case. They did give us a banger of a map, though, and I give them props for that.